LRC, a division of Austeam Racing, is proudly brought to you by Protector Allsafe, Amnet, Hydrolink Fluid Connectors Western Australia, Fuchs Motor Lubricants, Applied Chemicals, Gigabyte's range of ultra-durable 2 motherboards, Electrical, and BOC Mining Supplies.
Welcome to another edition of LRC TV as we bring you all the action from the 2008 Gigabyte V8 Supercar Series hosted by Austeam Racing. Presented by Brett Fisher, Alex Lamb and Peter Lakovich.
Warwick Brown's hot lap of the Barbagallo track. Welcome back to Barbagallo Raceway as we see the cars take to the track for the top 10 qualifying session. We now join your commentators Brett Fisher and Alex Lamb.
The guys are just coming out in their first couple of warm-up laps. Realistically, you'd probably want to spend the entire 10 minutes out on the track because probably within about 4 minutes to go, your tyres would be probably in the perfect state.
Yep.
After about 5 laps, you've burned off enough fuel for it to be good too, so...
Gets you into the groove. I mean, It's amazing how, like even between session and session, that just those few minutes, you can sort of just take the polish off, you know what I mean? Like just
that and also between sessions, the weather, the temperatures and that do change. So you've got to get used to those temperatures again with your setup. And being 10-minute qualifying, it's actually not much of a time to really get used to the new weather or whatever happens to be at the time. So
it'll be interesting. It should mix it up here at the moment. John Bolton Jr. clicking. Oh, I've caught the yawns off you, John Bolton Jr. was in the first place before I had the yawn. After the yawn, and Brett Stone's just moved himself into the top place at the moment. So Brett Stone, provisional pole at the moment here at Barbagallo Raceway.
For now.
John Bolton Jr. in second place. George Fulton in third. Grant Morrison in fourth. Travis Fox in fifth place.
We've got Warwick Brown currently in sixth. Stuart Chugg in seventh. Ross McGregor in eighth.
Spin.
Yeah. Peter Junick in ninth. And so far Jay Boving is still on an outlap.
And that is a really difficult spot there to get the car back out too. He's lucky he actually just got over there because
he hasn't hit the wall, which is good.
There's a crest there right in that section. You can actually slam straight into that. So he's lucky he's actually missed that. So
he's survived, which is good.
Got the car back on the straight and narrow again.
So we've got Warwick Brown straight to the top of the charts. The list.
1/100th of a second. 1/10th of
it's
a second.
Yes, just over a tenth.
Better than Brett Stone at the moment there. So putting in a nice cracker of a time there. Jay Boving now, he's another driver to watch there. He got shuffled down a bit in that last session, didn't he?
Yes, but he's actually up on Warwick Brown's time here at the moment into the first sector.
Oh, that's going to be... Geez, and look at that time too. It's not only by a little bit too.
1/1000th of a second.
Let's see what he does in his second sector.
Oh, here we go.
Actually, he's a little bit slow.
He's gained on his own time,
Warwick
though.
Brown must have had a massive second sector.
Yeah, it all depends on how you get out of that basin.
And here he comes.
That's going to hurt him a little bit, but it shouldn't be too bad.
Oversteering to the front straight.
There you go,
No, a little bit slower
55.4.
there, but he's managed to put himself into second place at the moment.
So currently Crusty Demon 1 and 2. And 10th. And
So-
9th.
Oh, they're all over John, aren't they?
Top and the bottom of the top 10.
Yep. They're like flies, aren't they? They're everywhere.
There's so many one-liners to that, isn't
There is. I'm not going there.
there? No. Our faithful administrators, Crusty Demons
Okay.
Racing.
Back with Peter Unique. Now he's done a little bit better than his last lap. He's up on his last time around there. Oh, just as George Fulham gets out of the road there. 3.5 seconds at this stage, and he's managed
4.5.
4.5 seconds. So
56.1. So it's not perfect yet, but he's still there. He's still having a go.
Managed to move up for 1 place from 10th to... Oh, and Morrison McGregor.
Oh, there's a couple of guys pushing really hard here, going right over the rival strips.
I wonder whether they'll get any sort of slap over the wrists for that. I think it'll be...
I'm not even going to comment. So, just like our last round with the escape rule, we all kind of got in a bit of trouble.
What happened? What are we getting into?
The escape rule thing, remember?
Oh, yes.
And you just flying off the handle for the fun of it.
No, it wasn't for the fun of it. Grant Morrison at the moment sitting out there.
Oh, here we go. Jay Bobing. He's on a good lap here.
Just as we
So
flick
he's
over.
Half a
actually-
tenth.
He's still up on Warwick Brown's time at the moment, coming over the front straight, over the start finishing line. What has he done?
Oh, there we go.
Yes, he has. He's absolutely demoralised.
Demolished.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. Demolished
Can't demoralise the time.
55.205.
So that's the new benchmark so far.
Yeah. Jay Boving, Warwick Brown for Crusty Demon Racing. Really putting the times out there at the moment.
Certainly is. So Brett Stone, I think, is just on his personal time. No, I don't know.
There's not much difference. There's not much time in all of them there.
No.
It's pretty close.
Very close. So we've got 3.5 minutes left in qualifying. So enough for probably 4 laps if you're already out there. Currently watching Travis Fox here in 8th. He's, I think, on a warm-up lap, I think. Not sure. Coming into the basin now. Yes, another one of these drivers that turns in really early. Travis Fox. Yep. No, maybe. There we go. He's up on his own time.
He's up a fraction, 600ths of a second.
Oh, there we go. 2.7 tenths of a second.
Now he's got it.
Almost
hooked up
3
a bit better.
tenths. So this should be a good lap for him.
And the final turn looks like it's fairly
And
neat
that's a
through
nice.
there.
That was almost perfect, really.
That was a nice, neat entry and exit there. He would have been able to get up the gas.
55.8.
Lost a little bit of time in that last sector, but he's in 7th place. So
Yep. So he moves up another position.
yeah, Peter Unique has actually fallen down to 10th. So
Yep.
Ross McGregor's moved up 1 there.
Looks like Petty Junick's got your disease, Pete. Just couldn't get a clean lap at the moment.
And it's hard, isn't it? It's hard to do that.
Yeah, because it's such a short lap. There's not much time to really get a consistent lap in.
And talking about time, there's only just a little over 2.5 minutes to go in this final top 10 shootout. Peter Unique this time he's got it hooked up nearly 3/10 of a second in the second sector, going for his third. Looks like he's got the car out nicely.
Oh, here we go.
Rides the ripple strips just neatly. Comes over the start finishing
There you
line.
go, that's a nice
very
time for it. So
6th place, so he's now moved into 6th place, Peter Unique.
Which is more of where he was in the first
well, that's it. I
qualifying
mean,
session.
he was really doing well there for a little while there.
Yep, certainly was.
Okay,
So-
Brett Stone in 3rd place at the moment, and he
Yep.
looks like he's on a slow.
Slow down lap or a warm-up lap?
Oh,
I don't know yet. Must be a
actually,
warm-up
might
lap.
be warm-up. He's just allowing
got no
those
current-
cars in front to...
Yeah, got no current time, so...
Yep.
So this might be a last dash for Brett. No fuel, sort of really nice crisp tyres.
last dip effort there.
Yep. See how he goes in the next couple of laps. He's only probably got 2 laps of racing left. Just goes over the finish. I don't know. The start finish straight now into turn 1. Dips it in nicely in there. So we'll have to have a look at his time into the first sector. Probably another 10-15 seconds.
He's really slow, half a second off at the moment.
That was his last lap, mate.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, we haven't got over the first sector
no.
yet. Okay.
Right now.
Oh, okay.
Oh, he's a bit off. This is his first flying lap, so next lap is the one to tell. He turns in really early there.
Oh, a little bit squirmish on the way out.
Yep,
a little oversteer.
Yep, still using third gear there.
This is the sector that'll tell us, and it's not going to be good. So he's probably got another lap or so in that. Oh yes, he'll get another lap in. So
yep, you'll just scrape in for another lap.
Gets. Oh, and I was just about to say, as long as he gets a good entry into that last corner onto the front straight, and allow him time to just have that little bit of extra top end speed.
Yeah.
But it doesn't look like he's going to.
We'll see how it comes out this time.
Ross McGregor has actually put in an absolute ripper, and he's moved himself up 5 places to put himself in 5th place at the moment as well, with a 55.656.
Yep, so that's a really good lap there by Ross.
Yep. So Ross and Peter Junick having a bit of a crack. Oh, Brett Stone on his second sector is up by 0.05 of a second.
So this is the last lap for Brett Stone. He won't make another lap after this, so this is it. Oh, he's down a little bit. So he's down 3/100ths.
Let's see how he gets out. A little bit of a brake lock up, nice and neat in there.
It is nice though.
On the power nicely, just kissing the ripple strip there. I don't know whether he's going to do all that much here.
Oh, there we go.
He did. He brought it back in that last sector.
But stays in third position.
Stays in third position, but he did have a crack. The top 10, the first top 10, and we'll go cruise through the whole list of drivers out there. We're looking at Jay Boving in top place. Congratulations. Hitting pole here at Barbagallo with Warwick Brown, Brett Stone, John Bolton Jr., Ross McGregor in position number 5, George Fulton and Peter Junick, Grant Morris and Travis Fox rounding out the top 10. Stuart Chugg.
So we've got Ian Head in 11th, Warren Pete in 12th, Marty Atkins in 13th, Barney Bedelis in 14th, Matty Cooper in 15th, Andy Savage in 16th, Tony Ciccone in 17th, Simon Black in 18th, Trevor Hodgson in 19th, and Darren Brown in 20th place.
And we'll be back after these messages from our sponsors. Thanks for listening to LRC Live. We'll be back.
After 75 years, we're leading the way in specialist lubricants. Fuchs Lubricants, engineered to take you further.
Using quality components to make quality products, Gigabyte's range of ultra-durable 2 motherboards are class-leading technology. Available to suit the next generation Intel 45nm multi-core processors, support for DDR2 and DDR3 RAM, and the latest Blu-ray technologies, they are feature-packed too. So when that computer upgrade is needed and you're looking for a quick but dependable motherboard, think ultra durable too, think Gigabyte. Amnet is a leading internet service provider servicing Western Australia, South Australia and the Northern Territory. With broadband plans starting from $30 a month for ADSL 1 and $39 a month for ADSL 2 or 2 Plus in enabled areas, they're great value for money. To join Amnet, phone 13 37 30 or visit amnet.com.au.
So we're out on our warm-up lap now.
Certainly are.
Jay Boving will lead the pack around for the warm-up lap. This is, you don't need to stay close to the next driver. It's not under the safety car conditions where you have to be within 5 car lengths, otherwise the safety car will go nuts at you and tell you that you're driving too slow.
I still really enjoy having the warm-up laps. It really sort of just gives you that.
It is good.
Seconds.
I find it really good. It's sort of, you get a chance to warm your tyres up, warm your brakes up, and just to get yourself, instead of just being all tense you've clicked race and it's like, oh, go, go, go.
Yeah, I hate that.
You get used to it.
I hate that. I hate jumping in and then, you're away, go race.
Yeah, certainly.
I really do like these warm-up laps, as you're saying. It gives you a chance to put a little bit of heat in the tyres. Get the, I tend to actually, for about half of the lap, I drag the brakes.
Yeah.
Yeah, drag the brakes. Get a lot of heat into the tyres. That way, you know that when you get down to that first, second turn, they're not going to be at peak ultimate sort of.
They're never going to be at peak, but they're going to be closer.
They're going to be a lot better. Yep. And just see Warwick Brown coming over the top of the hill there, over the edge of the bucket.
Oh, we got George Fullerton. He's deciding to cool his tyres out in the grass.
It might have been getting a little too hot.
Yeah.
So over the edge of the bucket, down to the bottom of the
spade there.
The spade.
Yep. So Jay Boving is going to be the first to pile up onto the gridless spots. Another good thing about the warm-up lap is you can position your car on a slight angle if you'd like.
Yep.
Depending on whether you think you'll get a good or bad start, and
it's another thing.
Yep.
And
you can
it just adds that little bit of realism to it, and it just adds that little bit of personality.
A bit more to it.
Just as you look at John Bolton Jr. in the second spot.
Yeah, he's well and truly pointed over towards the outside of the track.
Yep.
Now, the one thing I don't get about the grid spots at Barbagallo is first place has the outside for turn 1.
Yeah, it's a bit odd, isn't it?
You've really got to make sure you get a good start.
Yep.
So we're just about ready to go racing. Just waiting for the lights to come up, and then we might go.
They'll be up any minute, any second now.
Maybe.
Or will they? And we'll be racing here at Barbagallo for 64 laps, which is going to be huge. You listen to LRC Live with Alex Lamb, Peter Lakovich, and Brett Fisher. Okay. Here we go. I think we're almost ready. Here the lights are coming up now. What are we doing? All it's on green. We're racing. Good start by everyone so far. Just as they get off the line.
There's a couple of drivers that actually didn't get a good start. Back in the pack there a little bit.
Oh, look at it as we go to that first turn. There's drivers going left, right, centre.
Exactly what I said there just before. Warwick Brown in second place gets the better spot. Yep. Which is just silly.
Look at the guys coming over the little hump there. First lap around. Everyone knows.
Looks like they're coming through pretty clean there. So it's a good start to the race for everyone.
Certainly is at the moment. Great vision here by Peter Cams.
Peter Cams Inc.
Yep.
He gets paid by the hour, so
coming down to the basin the first time around. John Bolton Jr. having a little bit of a run on the outside of Brett Stone.
Got all crossed up.
That is a really nasty spot, so you get hooked up on the ripple strips there.
And look at that. John Bolton has got the edge.
George Fullerton on the inside dives. I thought he was going to go east then.
And John Bolton will take the spot.
Brett Stone filing into 4th place at the moment.
Now, how good of an overtaking manoeuvre was that by John Bolton?
That was
They
phenomenal.
both kept nice and clean and just did it perfectly. So we're just watching at the back of Brett Stone onto George Fullerton here.
George Fullerton just seems a bit skatey tonight. I'm not too sure. It just like if I was
I still reckon it is Jason Beale.
If I was racing this race tonight and I saw George
Fullerton
behind me, I'd be a little bit scared right about now. But we'll see how he goes through the race. Brett Stone still with Brett Stone at the moment in 4th place. Up to Jay Boving now in 2nd place.
Currently in 2nd place. We've got John Bolton right off the end of the track.
Yep.
And that's going to be real hard for him to get out of there too.
He just dives straight off onto the sand there. He's losing a lot of places, down to 10th place right now. So he's lost about 6 places at the moment.
Down to 11th. It's going to hurt him down to the last corner too.
Well, he's just got to learn to consolidate himself now and just get everything just resorted again.
Yep.
So, a couple of little lock-ups into that last turn.
Warwick Brown has just done the fastest lap of the race with a 55 point something, 8:44.
A couple of guys shuffling around left, right and centre. Grant Morrison dropping a position. Stuart Chugg moving up one there. A couple further back down the pack. We're looking at Simon Black actually dropping to Andy Savage. And Paul Rogers dropping to Barney Badillas at the moment. So a couple of guys just filtering around through there. Still at the moment to Warwick Brown, Jay Boving, Brett Stone, George Fullerton and Ross McGregor in 5th place at the moment.
Yep. So we're on lap 3 at the moment.
Just watching Ian Head at the moment as they come through the basin.
Yep. The last place in the top 10.
Yep.
Ross McGregor trying to go right around the outside of him, and I think
that's John Bolton.
Oh, John Bolton, sorry.
John Bolton Jr. trying to gain those spots back. He's tucked himself right in there. Looks like he's going to go for a move as he comes over the top. No, he doesn't.
Decides against it.
Not quite enough oompho in the old Valvoline machine.
Oh, big tap.
Really sort of nearly ingested into the back bumper of Ian Head there.
Hey, look, just we can see his air filter.
That's really tight. Who's that on the outside? That's Grant Morrison, is it?
Certainly is. Trying to go around the outside.
Actually, George Fulton has actually managed to sneak past Brett Stone there too.
Geez, what's going on here? Brett Stone
there's
is not having the best of runs at the moment.
I'll tell you what, remember what I was saying before, a bit of Fast and the Furious. It is Fast and Furious. There's action happening left, right,
Yeah, it
centre here.
certainly is.
Grant Morrison losing another 2 places. Ian Head and John Bolton Jr. filing past him there.
Yep, here we go. John Bolton's got a bit of a run here. Will he get into the basin?
Oh, not
No.
quite. I don't think that's the position there to do it, although we feel he
There
runs
was
a
a
little
bit of a block
wide.
there.
Doesn't know where he's going to get a good sort of run out of there.
He's pretty much got to lay back into the basin and get a really good run on him out of that. So
Position the car in a place where
Yeah.
you sort of really psych the driver out. Like, I mean, right up on the inside of him
almost
on the
tapped.
left-hand quarter. Look at this. These are fantastic. Look at these cars.
Bit
Just running
massive freight train.
nose to
bottom
tail
of the
down
top
the
10.
front straight. Fantastic views here from Barbagallo Raceway.
Just out the back of Ian Head here in 9th place, watching John Bolton. Oh, gets all uppy up on the two river
Doesn't
strips
that
there.
vision look fantastic? The front of the car just lifted.
Oh, Ian Head has run wide into turn 4.
John Bolton says, "Thank you very much. I'll take that." Grant Morrison is going to say,
Thank you
"Yes,
for the rabbits."
I'll have a bit of a look at that myself." John Bolton running a little
Here we
bit
go.
wide
Grant
onto the
Morrison
straight.
going to make the move, and
And
there's
look at the freight train
there's
behind
2
him.
more cars behind him trying to go for it as well.
Grant Morrison, Warren Peed, and
Warren Peed gets the spot out of Grant Morrison.
Grant Morrison
Pushes him
shuffled
wide. Yep. So
This
Grant
is a bit-
Morrison did lose out.
It's a bit more like NASCAR on some of those big turns
Yeah,
there, isn't it?
you get high and wide, and that's it.
Grant
Now,
Morrison under attack from Paul Rogers.
Paul Rogers is making a lot of ground, starting last
Look
place.
at that under the
place.
brakes into the last turn. Paul Rogers sneaks through. Ian Head giving someone a bit of a shuffle there. That's moving over there.
Oh,
too.
geez, that's blatant blocking.
Warren Peed.
Oh.
Warren Peed.
And they all go wide. So Paul Rogers thanks.
And look at
says,
that.
Thank
look
you
at that,
very
Paul,
much. for
yeah,
another
Paul
couple of
Rogers
positions.
and Mel Lancaster sneak through there nicely.
Yep. So we got Paul Rogers is already in 11th spot after 4 laps.
That is phenomenal. That absolutely
5 laps even.
marvellous stuff for Jack Daniels Racing.
Jack Daniels BOC Racing there. Yep.
Look at the freight train there. Look, that's just phenomenal stuff.
Yeah, six cars in a row.
Ian Head really on the on the defensive here.
Ooh,
Paul Rogers
Paul
having a
Rogers
bit of a
puts
look
his
at the
cars
inside
in
of
the
the
inside.
basin.
He's But that's a credit to everyone. That's really nice, clean racing.
And look at that. I reckon he got a great run out of the turn there too. Out of the basin there. He got plenty
He's
of
going to
power.
have a good old look down to into turn 6 here.
Ian
7.
Head just knowing he's there. Let's see what happens as we get down to the...
He's being pushed by Mel Lancaster.
Lancaster on the inside as well. On the front straight. Side by side.
Now this is a credit to them. They're still side by side after a couple of corners.
Is Paul going to back out now, or he's just going to back out coming out of that out of there?
Just has to pull out of it at the last
I
second.
tell you what, look at Mel Lancaster behind Paul Rogers. He's going, I'm going to sneak in here if there's an opportunity anywhere. Lifting the
Paul's
front,
car gets all bloody up in the air.
lifting the front of the Paul Rogers car right up and bouncing back down. That's a great vision out of the back of Ian Head's car.
Now that's beautiful camera work there, isn't it?
Look how close Mel Lancaster is behind him there. Oh, sorry, it's Matty Cooper, not Mel Lancaster. Paul Rogers on the inside.
Oh, gives him a tap.
Into the basin and just unfortunately
Paul
collects.
moves wide as well there at out in the basin. So
He just lost a bit of grip there and he's unfortunately coming.
don't know whether
to
he
the side
braked
of
late or they just both went a bit long.
Yeah, Ian Head down 4 positions since it's been refreshed on this thing last time.
Yeah, it's moving
Paul
around all
Rogers-
over the shop.
Actually, Warren Peters moved up 3 places.
So Matty Cooper is trying to put a spot onto Warren Pede here in the
Trevor-
first turn.
Trevor Hodgson not having a good one at the moment. He's dropping back down to 21st place. 21st place. So Matty
So
Cooper now
into
leading the
10th.
freight train in position number 10.
So 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th and 14th and maybe 15th are all in one big freight train.
I'll tell you what, just on the other monitor, just quickly flicking over to Warren Brown and Jay Boving. They are just pushing ahead there. Nearly 3 seconds.
Jay
gap.
Boving is actually getting closer to him.
Yep.
Ever so slightly every lap.
George Fulton doing a great job in 3rd place. He's actually got
He has
well
really
clear,
consolidated his position there.
well clear of Brett Stone. But then behind Brett Stone, we've got Ross McGregor. Sorry, what
Freddie
happened
Jr.
there?
So just working back on this battle here, Tony Ciccone is right on the bum of Paul Rogers. Oh, gets all manner of sideways into the braking zone into turn 7.
Oh, Travis Fox spinning on the final turn there.
Travis.
And he was in 9th place. I think it was in 8th before he spent. And he's going to be right in the middle of the track when these guys come around.
Yep.
Matty Cooper, Warren Pete, Paul Rogers, Grant Morrison, Tony Ciccone, Barney Badillas.
All right.
Oh, Travis! Who was that? That wasn't Travis Fox. That
Paul
was
Rogers.
Paul Rogers. He loves clipping that ripple strip.
He is trying so hard. He is putting 100,000 million% into it and pulls himself. Warren Peed just slides off.
Yep, I think he lost the back end there.
Yep.
He's had to back
Travis
out.
Fox consolidates there, gets a position out of Paul.
Look at Grant Morrison on having a bit of a look on the inside of Paul Rogers there, not allowing.
And that's a classic view of what those two different lines are into the basin. Paul Rogers turned in a little bit later, and it just gets the inside run into
Here we
turn
go.
7.
This is going to be a fantastic corker run. Travis Fox, Paul Rogers. Paul Rogers decides to bail
Travis
out
Fox
just for a second.
actually outbrakes himself a little bit.
Yep. Oh, what a freight train of cars. This is
certainly
phenomenal.
But it shows what happens when you actually get a little bit clear there with Matty Cooper. He's pulled away from this pack. So it'll be good to see how far Matty Cooper actually gets ahead of these guys. Just watching Travis Fox here in 10th with Paul Rogers right up
Paul
his bum.
Rogers again getting in front of that car, launched right up in the air.
And Travis Fox actually had to get out of the throttle there a bit to get himself back online. Lost out a bit of time.
At this point in stage, I mean, Travis Fox is in 10th place, so you want to that's a good place to be at. So you sort of look at what's happening behind you, and you're probably sort of fighting between actually getting your spot online and what's actually going on behind you. So it's a fairly busy in the cockpit at the moment of Travis Fox's car. Paul Rogers getting a nice slipstream over the top of the bucket edge.
Pulls out, has a bit of a look, but decides not to overtake.
He might be sort of just going to say, hey,
there you go.
Until he makes a mistake.
Yeah, Paul's a better driver than to just stick it where it shouldn't belong. So
so you use a look at that, and then he comes on the inside of Travis Fox right at the end of the straight. Just beautiful manoeuvre.
Yep, perfect move.
He knew he had the guns on him there. Have a watch of Paul Rogers. He comes over. Is he going to do it again?
No, he actually misses it this time. Just to annoy you, he missed it.
That's all right. I'm sure once he gets back into a bit of
rhythm,
battling, it'll sort of pop up again.
So I reckon that could be because he was so close in behind those cars, you couldn't really see those ripple strips.
Just missing his mark, just that little bit.
Yep.
The gaps just spreading out a little bit now.
The freight train's ended.
No,
Travis Fox spins in the basin.
Again, that's the second time in 2 laps that he's spun.
And look at that, Warren Peed had to hit the brakes, so that's hurt him for the down the back straight there. So
I'll just
on Warren Peed. Turn in on him next time.
Who was that? That wasn't Paul Rogers, was it?
That's Tony Ciccone.
It is too. Oh, look at that, rubbing side by side just about there. Actually, Darren Brown just being lapped by our race leaders at the moment, Warwick Brown and Jay Bovey. Oh, side by side, Warren Peed and Tony Ciccone. Oh, nose to tail. And have a look at this. Brett Stone is in 4th place at the moment. Sorry, they're Pete. Brett Stone 4th place with Ross McGregor.
Really handing him at the moment.
Yep,
this is actually very surprising to see Brett Stone sort of in a bit of a
big lock up there by Ross McGregor.
He's sort of he's not really on his peak form at the moment.
I don't.
He's vulnerable to Ross McGregor there at the moment.
He has not gelled well with this track, I don't reckon. Ian Head coming out of pit lane.
Yep. Brett's usually doing that to the other drivers.
Certainly is. He seems a bit rattled tonight. As I said, I think that has he just got a little bit unsettled this track. He's not really having a huge lock up on the rear end from Ross McGregor. But
that's actually very easy to do there too.
It is too. Car gets unweighted severely. But you're right. It doesn't seem like the normal Brett Stone that we normally watch here. And
Ross McGregor. He is really good on those brakes at the moment, isn't he?
And I wouldn't be surprised if he gets a good exit out of...
I think...
no, it's not close enough. Brett Stone's
look at it. It's closing. It's closed. He won't get enough.
Not enough. Oh, but on the brakes.
He doesn't need tyres. It's all right. He got a really good run into that corner too, didn't he?
He certainly did. It just looks like he's not going to stop. Locks up again. Inside run.
In the no. They both keep traction, so that's good.
Touched a little bit there. Ross probably, I don't know whether Ross just looked at a gap that really wasn't...
a very, very quickly closing gap to sort of try to get out of it at the last second, which was good for him. And they both didn't lose a place and didn't really lose too much time. So,
and I'll tell you what,
Peter Jukes, he's sort of closing the gap because they're fighting.
Yeah, so. That's it. He's taking full advantage of the fact that these two guys are actually having a bit of a job. Brett Stone, understeer. Major understeer.
That's a lot of understeer, isn't it?
That is a lot. Actually, he got that much understeer, I think he actually locked the rear.
That's not good.
That's not good at all. But anyway, Ross McGregor hasn't got any closer to him there. He's actually managed to keep a bit of a gap there. So the race settling down a little bit here at Barbagallo now.
Yeah, the pace has sort of just sort of settled down. And everyone's got into a bit of a rhythm now.
They certainly have. It doesn't matter. I mean, there's still lots of challenges to come here.
Oh, there's still 50 laps to go.
Certainly are. Just looking at Matty Cooper and Paul Rogers.
Paul Rogers still in 10th place. He's just caught the back of Matty Cooper now.
Matty Cooper. Oh, yeah.
Matty Cooper actually just gives him the position, I think.
Yeah, I think he sort of he could see how desperate
just acknowledges that Paul Rogers is going to get through anyway.
And that's one of the things that I tend to do with when I'm driving too. If I know a guy in qualifying has been faster than me consistently, and all that sort of stuff, and he's behind me, there's no point in holding him up. I reckon I'm better off letting him have that position, and me not forcing an error for myself.
Yeah.
I mean, look, it depends. I mean, look, if your times are really close.
Oh, yeah, if they're really close.
Yeah, different story. But I mean, if you know that
they're a second faster than you.
Oh, exactly. Yeah, there's no point. I think it's only just pushing a bad situation. Lots of people probably wouldn't agree with me. They'll fight for their position.
Yeah, honestly, I don't 100% agree with it.
Yeah, no,
if you're not driving fast at the time, then so if I'm not really on my game at the time, I will let them go. But if I'm right on my game and they're still a lot faster than me, then they're going to have to take that position from me.
For sure. And as I said, look, I know people would disagree with that, and
which is fine.
And that's fair enough. But I just think, if
I won't blatantly block, but they've got to get past me.
Oh, for sure. Oh, look, you've got to make them work to earn their dollars.
Stuff them. If they're behind me, they deserve to have to try and pass me.
That's it. Depends on what part of the pointy field you're. If you're down the back.
Well, yeah, if you're down the back, then whatever.
Watching Warwick Brown at the moment.
You hear that for let's just go from 5th to 2nd.
That was a big compression lock up.
I'm glad I'm not his gearbox rebuilder.
That's it. Brett Stone seems to be suffering a lot of understeer. Look at the understeers he's pushing there.
He's got a lot of steering lock, but not a lot of steering.
I reckon he might have not had a.
I don't think he's got an optimal setup here tonight. It just doesn't look normal Brett's setup.
No, sitting with Ross McGregor at the moment. So Ross McGregor just falling off the back of Brett Stone a bit, as we were covering before.
Yeah, but maybe he's got a nice brain with him as well, and just sort of, I can't exactly get past him, so I'll just calm my tyres down and have another crack soon.
Yep,
but did you see how much steering lock that had again?
I did.
It almost looks 45 degrees.
Yep, and that will be cooking his front tyres at big time.
Oh, yeah.
Like Darren Brown has come to grief somewhere on the track.
Yep, he's decided to park it.
Yep.
First retiree for the day.
So Peter Junick right on the back of Ross McGregor, coming a little bit closer there. See with Grant Morrison in 10th place now.
Are we? Oh, we are too. 11th place.
Sorry, 11th. My bad.
Snake eyes.
You get that in the big jobs.
Yep. Just watching Malcolm Lancaster here at the moment, the Redneck Cup. What would you call him? Organiser, event manager.
Just the Redneck,
chief redneck even. That's what I was actually looking for originally.
Travis Fox falling back in the pack. Now he actually had some fairly good times there. But the car for someone unless he's made a late change and it really hasn't done the car any good.
Either a late change or he's just trying that little bit too hard.
Yep.
Maybe.
Yep.
And it's just a couple of spins he's had. It's sort of put him off.
Yeah, and totally unsettled the car, and he just hasn't come to grips with it in this race at the moment.
Certainly. But all that can change. There's still 44, 46 laps to
Travis
go.
Fox again out in the dirt.
That is so easy to do. That just there, running wide out of turn 5. You just slide that little bit too much, and you just can't help it. Yeah.
Coming over the edge of the bucket. Back on a Brett Stone in 4th place. Look at the
Travis Fox has just really... we're watching the wrong monitor there. That's all right. So we're just watching Brett Stone again. Has he caught George Fulton a bit here?
He's actually... Look, George Fulton, he's actually getting closer to him by all means. Ross McGregor is actually coming out of the fire of Peter Junick.
Yep, certainly is.
So Brett's obviously sort of somehow...
That or George is just sort of calming his pace down a little bit. Because he knows his top. Yeah.
Ross McGregor actually headed to pits.
Did he? That's very early.
Heading to pits, yeah.
Is that within the pit window.
I don't know what's going on there. With 19 laps of 64 being completed, so 1/3 of the race.
I hope he's not double stopping.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, George Fulton has hit that boxy thing over there.
Yeah, George
The
Fulton is off the
marshalling
track
box.
at the moment. He's losing places very quickly now.
Back to seventh.
7th.
That's hurt him.
What a shame there.
That easily would have been his best result for the year.
And Ross McGregor obviously down 6 positions at the moment into 12th place.
Oh no! Oh, just got it stayed at the back of him there, and that's Warren Peed. Stuart Chugg. Sorry, we haven't seen either Stuart Chugg or Warren Peed for a couple of rounds.
Well, Stuart Chugg having a good run at the moment in
Certainly
6th
is.
place. Great effort there for the AD Motorsport, I think.
Yep. For any of you guys that do remember him, it's Alga from Oz Orc.
Okay.
So that's how I know him.
Or George, a lot closer to old Chuggy there.
Yep.
Trevor Hodges has been quiet tonight.
Certainly has.
He's way down the pack at the moment. He's in 20th place.
Yep. So currently Grant Morrison is 10th place. So he's just staying in the top 10 positions at the moment. He's been there for a little while.
Although John Bolton Jr. right on the jacksie of Peter Junick.
Yep.
So it's another great little battle. I mean, that's sort of the thing is this track is providing.
Peter Junick actually has got past him. Because it was the other way around a couple laps ago.
Yeah. Sorry, my bad.
Oh, no!
Peter Junick.
No, just gets on the throttle too hard.
The griff. Did he manage to miss that
I think he slid
control
behind it.
tower?
Yeah, he did miss it.
Oh, yeah, he did
So
too.
he's all the way down to 7th.
Oh, there's the control tower there. He's well off it. It just looked through the camera view. It looked like
it looked a lot closer, yeah.
Yeah, it was going to be scary for him then, but that's unfortunate. See, I mean, just it's really funny this track, isn't it? I mean, you've got some guys that have really come to grips with the track. Pardon the pun, grips, and other guys
just making a couple of mistakes.
Oh, they are, yeah, and it's really hurtful. I mean, basically, some of these guys doing what I did. Had a couple of spins.
Yeah, pretty much.
My own error.
And that's all it
my own
takes.
fault.
You can be nice and consistently fast all day,
Yep.
but a couple of spins will just hurt you.
It certainly will. Hurt you at any time. So Peter Junick losing 2 positions in that fatal error, and Ross and McGregor making a pass on... no, he had... Oh, who's dropping? No, Tony Ciccone has actually dropped about 5 places at the moment.
There you go. George Fulton's just...
On the
last
inside
turn,
of Stuart
got him.
Chugg. Oh, good move there.
It's
Good
gonna
move, but I don't know whether he's going to make it stick. Side by side, they come down. Jordan Fulton on the inside.
late braking award here.
Yep, he's going to have to let him
No,
go
he's
through.
slid wide. No, he's just got it.
Oh, under over nearly.
Almost got it too.
Good challenge there.
Now, if we have a look at the timesheet at the moment, Brett Stone is an entire 10 seconds behind Jay Boving. Hang on, Jay Boving has got in front of Warwick Brown. And it's been like that for a while, apparently.
Just let them do
We
it.
haven't seen it somewhere, but
let
they've
it-
got past. So
Let them do their own thing. That's why they're in a different race to everybody else tonight, I think.
a whole different league at the moment.
Oh, that is phenomenal. They're just absolutely having a ball terror. And I must say, Warwick Brown for this race, he was a bit concerned about how he was running, I think, too.
Yeah.
He wasn't too happy with the way he was actually dealing with the track and that. I don't think he's got a problem with it at this stage.
Yeah, but it does help that both drivers there, Warwick Brown and Jay Boving, are really consistently fast drivers.
They are.
So with your setup making, it makes it a lot easier to set up the car.
Andy Savage just locking a brake there on the end of the track, just the 2 cars up from Stuart Chugg.
Yep.
And
I thought Andy Savage was in the futures.
oh, Andy Savage coming over that little crest there,
Just
running
gets it all
wide.
sideways.
Yep, and that's allowing George Fulton to sneak through on the inside, and here comes Stuart Chugg.
Andy Savage is actually a lap down at the moment,
Yeah,
so that wasn't for position.
wasn't for position, but it was still exciting.
It was still exciting, yes.
That section of track, it really provides some great footage, I reckon. Stuart Chugg at the moment still in. Stuart Chugg is in position number 6. He's having a great run at the moment. Top 10 at the moment says it sits with 24 laps completed. So another... Whoa! George Fulton!
Oh, no! Did he hit the wall?
Oh, no, I think he actually kept it off it, but he got... I don't know what happened then, but he
He
was,
got up on that ripple strip and too
Oh.
much throttle. I think it just spat him off.
I was just about to do a thing then, and I'll tell you what, I had to change there very quickly.
Oh, yeah.
He got, that was really bad. He nearly clouded the end of pit wall lane. Look at the car. Look at the attitude of the car. He's very Jason Beale tonight.
The Jason Beale award goes to
George Fulham.
Do-do-do-do. It's all right, folks.
Oh, and front end just letting go.
Did not want to go anywhere.
A lot of understeer. Sorry, Pete. While we're actually watching Jay Boving, I forgot George on another monitor here, and getting into the basin there, he just had full-on understeer into the basin. Jay Boving at the moment, as we're sitting with him, just doing a brilliant job at the moment for Crusty Demon Racing.
Certainly is, with Warwick Brown closely coming in second place. Brett Stone is in third. He's an entire... Oh, he's actually gained a bit of time, so he's 9 seconds behind, 9.9 now. John Bolton Jr. is in fourth. Not far off Brett Stone, actually. Stuart Charger in fifth. Peter Junick in sixth. We've got George Fulham in seventh. Paul Rogers in eighth, which is a good job starting from the back of the field. Grant Morrison in ninth, and Matt Cooper in 10th.
Great deal for Matty Cooper. Great run at the moment with John Bolton Jr.
He's got a nice run on Brett Stone here.
On Brett Stone. Whoa. Look at this.
Oh, and he's got nice braking on him too.
And he's got him too, but is he out? Has he out-braked himself?
No.
Right up at the ribble strip.
Beautiful overtaking position there. That was perfect.
Excellent footage there too by Pete. Oh! Brett Stone having a look on the inside of the end of the straight there. But
John Bolton sort of going, no, this is my position. You can go away.
So look, I reckon Brett would be very frustrated at the moment because he knows he's a better driver. Not better.
He just knows he's a better driver than what he's doing at the moment.
Yeah, exactly. See the amount of air that John Bolton Jr. got over that ripple strip then.
Very, very Paul Rogers.
Oh, and
drifting. This is going to give Brett a really good run.
Brett's going to have a big run down to the basin.
Turns onto the inside of the track and just puts his nose... Oh, he had to get his nose cut off there.
Brett actually watched him there and he thought, no, he's not going to give me that little bit of room. But on the exit and over the top of the edge of the bucket...
Yeah, as I wouldn't have either. I would have turned in. There was no doubt about that. Here we go. Brett pulls out.
I think he's just baiting a bit there. Oh! And actually, that was a big lock-up by... what's his face there?
What's his face? John
Bolton Jr. Had the big lock-up there, and Brett... on the brakes there. Oh, he's locked up again.
They're both locked up. Oh! And Brett Stone has actually given John Bolton 2 taps there.
And I think he actually gave him a second tap to try and straighten him again.
Yep.
And Brett Stone's doing the right thing by allowing...
Well done, Brett, there. That's good good sportsmanship.
Yep. I don't think obviously he didn't mean it. They were both on the braking limit.
They both out-braked each other themselves into that corner and were both right on the outside of the track. And John Bolton will try to pull himself up real quick, and just Brett gave him a bit of a tap there, so nothing they could really do about it.
He did attempt to give him that little bit of tap straight, but unfortunately...
I think that was just John Bolton stopped and Brett was still driving a little bit, so...
Yeah, but...
hopefully their cars are still alright.
I think they are. They don't look too bad. They...
Yep. The only problem is John Bolton did get that second tap in the steering, so hopefully the steering's alright.
Never know. Looks like the car... Oh, is the car tracking right? It looks like it's a bit twitchy the front end now.
But it should be alright.
Brett will go, look, I'll make that work to my advantage later on.
Yeah, why not? It was only my bumper bar. You don't need that.
No, that's it.
So we might take this chance to go to a bit of an ad break before the pit stops go. No? Yes? Maybe? I don't know.
Well, Pete's not prepared at the moment, but we'll give him a couple of seconds and he might be.
Oh! Air galore there for John Bolton Jr.
We weren't actually on him at that stage with Peter Junick. But that same little section of the track that is promoting a lot of air for these cars.
It's like the big air award in motocross racing.
It looks sensational though. The cars just sort of bounce off it, and with the guys when they do it right, they really get the car looks fantastic out of it. So Brett Stone just going a little bit slower now than he's actually dropped back from John Bolton Jr.
Yep.
So just consolidating at the moment.
Maybe he's decided that John Bolton really wanted that position.
Well, I think he did.
Maybe a bit more than Brett did.
I don't think that you could dispute that, could you? But
no.
Look these guys out in front, just looking at over the scoreboard at the
moment. Now, what, 19 seconds.
I've got 20 seconds on my board, but, you know...
Fine.
that's a lot of time these guys are doing here. It's fantastic
But
stuff.
one trip into the basin in the sand trap there, and there goes that time.
Oh, look at that.
Yep.
Just watching the footage now of this corner, showing some cars just getting the front... Oh!
That's one way to do it.
It was that.
Marty Atkins, I think. Yeah, Marty Atkins.
Phenomenal stuff there.
So we're just watching Warwick Brown now come into the last corner. It's a complete lap
29 going over to 30, I think.
Yep.
30 laps being completed here at Barbagallo Raceway in Western Australia, of course.
Well, it'd have to be.
It's the land of Gav.
The land of Gav.
Are we the Tin Man, the Lion, and the Scarecrow?
The Wizard of WA.
The Wizard of Oz with Gav as the...
Who's Toto then?
Well, Max, the dog Max. He can
Oh,
be
okay.
Toto.
Yep, all right. We won't go into that one too harshly.
I want to know who's the Scarecrow, who's the Lion, and who's the Tin Man.
And who's Dorothy? That's even worse.
Yeah, well, it's not me. Well, none of us.
Oh,
are
no,
here
no.
anyway. Fiona be Dorothy? Yeah.
She'll do.
Anyway, back to more important things.
The racing. So just watching Peter Junick here in 6th place at the moment. I can't see properly. That is 6th.
Travis Fox, unfortunately, he's dropped another place from Trevor Hodgson, so he's down to 19th now.
Oh, his car must be all sorts of wrong at the moment for Travis to be almost dead last.
Oh, yeah. I mean, look, he had a number of spins in those laps, so it's just unfortunately he's really struggled with that. So
We've got Brett Stone in the pits.
Oh, where is he there? Oh, did you see him on the screen going?
Sorry, I'm talking to the microphone.
Yeah,
now.
that's probably is.
It'll probably help for our viewers. I just not noticed him duck off into the pits there. I believe.
Oh, yeah, there's a couple of cars in the pits.
Brett Stone is in the pits.
Peter Unick's in there as well.
Junick, yep.
Junick. Grant Morrison, George Fulton, we were watching a couple of seconds ago. Oh, George Fulton.
A big
losing
rear
it,
end
actually
lose
spinning
there.
on the
Oh, no.
Just managed to get the car back around again. Matty Cooper and Tony Ciccone slipping through.
Slipping, yeah. Just had to go on the outside of the track there to get around him, so they did well to get around him, actually.
Oh, he did. He's got a really loose car there tonight, George Fulton.
I still reckon it's Jasonville. George usually isn't that skiddy, so...
That's it. Warren Pete looks like he's... Oh, I don't know.
Yeah. Just watching George Fulton there at the moment, currently in 7th place after his spin there on the last lap. Chasing down Tony Ciccone and, what's his name? Matty Cooper. Can't forget Matty Cooper, can we? We've done 31 laps, on to lap number 32 at the moment. Our leader is just coming into the pits now, Jay Boving, pits on lap 32. Warwick Brown goes through to take the lead. Now we get the full story.
That's it. Jay Boving in pit lane at the moment.
Yep, so he's just taking his mandatory pit stop. John Bolton Jr. has come through to take the lead. Where did Warwick Brown go? Unless he pitted at the same time. No. Or did Warwick pit the last lap? Must have. Yeah, must have pitted the lap before.
Might have.
We didn't see it.
That.
So our leading bunch have all decided that they will pit this lap. It's
30.
basically halfway through like you would have.
Yep,
last
33
lap.
laps.
So
yeah. I would have tried to have waited just that little bit longer.
Yeah.
You know, probably to the 37s to 38s. Just that, because I don't know, I just knowing as it is, you know, coming down to the last few laps, something like that, you're bound to get a challenge. And talking about challenges, we've got John Bolton Jr. just trying to look around the outside of
lap
Mel
traffic
Lancaster
there.
or Matty Cooper.
one of the two.
Actually, Ross McGregor has gone.
What, Ross is gone?
He's out of there. He's left.
Oh, no.
He's left the game.
John Bolton Jr. has well and truly over this pit speed limit there. That is most definitely going to be a stop-go penalty for John Bolton Jr.
He was having a good run there too.
Well, he's currently up until now was the leader. So
he's running in the top 3, I think he was.
He was in 3rd place. So that stop-go penalty is really going to hurt him.
Well, keep an eye on John Bolton. You'll see what happens there. Grant Morrison, pardon me, moving to 3rd place.
There's the normal Brett.
Yep.
Grant Morrison is having one of his best consistent rounds I've seen him do for a little while.
Yep. Oh, nice bit of air there.
Yep. In the Pennzoil car. It's a very well presented car, actually.
They look great. They really do look good. I mean, that goes with all the rest of the cars that we did talk about.
Marty Atkins into the pits. And
Marty Atkins, look at that.
We've got just
everyone.
gets his car slowed down.
Violet Crumble car. We've got the Glenford's car.
Yep, we've got a few of the drivers in now, so looks like halfway racing is the way to go for their pit strategy this round. So it'd be interesting to see if one of the guys actually do decide to pit really late.
Oh, Mel Lancaster or that was having a bit of a moment
Mel
there.
Lancaster didn't want to take the first turn.
No. So cycling through at the moment with our pits.
Jay Boving is back up to take the lead of the race.
Marty Atkins just leaving.
Yep. Now, Warwick Brown has actually lost out a lot of time since the pits. He's down to 4.5 seconds behind. Brett Stone is in 5th. John Bolton in 4th. Grant Morris is in 3rd, who has not pitted yet. Very interesting to see how John Bolton goes with his pit stop there. Matty Cooper just coming out of the pit lane.
Matty Cooper just launching out of pit lane there.
Just watching John Bolton Jr. here in 4th place. To see if he does decide to do a pit or not for his maybe stop go penalty. We're unsure if he has actually got one or not. Doesn't really show up on the screen. So one of the things
actually,
we
you should be
got.
able to see, Pete, if you there should be a tab button there to actually show you the amount of pits that drivers have had.
Yep.
And here, John Bolton coming through there.
Well,
So
he
might have got it slowed down in time.
Oh no, no way. That was way too fast.
He decided not to pit just yet. Grant Morrison in pit lane.
So Grant, I think he's the last of the pitters. He's doing his pit stop now. We've got 28 laps left of this race, just over halfway. Here we go. It's good to see our standings come up. Our new telemetry system we've got going for LRC.
It's a matter of getting used to all the buttons and things you were allowed to push.
Certainly is.
Brett Fisher having a bit of an ordinary run, minus 36 laps.
Yeah, and he's an identical twin, Brett Fisher.
Yeah, there's heaps of us.
One's enough, thanks.
Yeah, that's it.
That is, fastest times. You were really confusing me there. So Warwick Brown has done the fastest lap of the race.
We got the pits there. How many pits? We've already shown that, have we?
Yep.
Sorry, I wasn't looking.
It's all right.
Pits. So Jay Boving, 4 pits, 6 pits, 4 pits.
Somehow I don't think that's right.
I don't think it is
No.
either.
Now, if you have a look, Warwick Brown is actually he is losing ground to Jay Boving. It's actually about 0.2 of a second a lap at the moment. So whether Warwick's actually just decided that, well, second will do me at the moment, or he's just not at his peak form, whereas Jay Boving's actually running very fast, or it actually looks like Warwick Brown is in traffic at the moment. So that might be the reason. Yeah. So the freight train is back. They're going to have another battle at the freight train.
As we start to wind the laps down towards the big pointy end.
The pointy end of lapping.
Yes, 38 laps here of 64 being completed at Barbagallo Raceway.
Certainly is.
Stuart Chud comes over the edge of the bucket.
And into the sand pit, maybe. So we can make up names for corners too.
Oh, for sure.
Not just the real Super V8 supercar drivers.
That's it. We have every right to.
Just because we don't know the real corners. We'll just make it up.
Stuart Chud in position number 6 at the moment. We're following him, sort of.
He's got
As we
Peter
just
Junick
stop and watch
right
that.
behind him.
Yep. Close match here.
So we're just coming out of turn 5 now, down to the basin into turn 6.
So I think after most of our drivers have cycled through their pitting segments, so we've got Jay Boving, Warwick Brown, John Bolton Jr. back.
Oh, Marty Atkins has a bit of a spin. Ooh. Just in front of Stuart Chug and Peter Junick there.
John Bolton Jr. back in 3rd place as well.
Yep.
Brett Stone in 4th, Paul Rogers in 5th, Stuart Chug in 6th.
How good is that? Paul Rogers has made it all the way up to 5th place.
He's going well. He's absolutely having a corker.
Started 20th.
He's absolutely having a corker. Paul Rogers is 28 seconds behind the leader, but he's only about 7 seconds behind Brett Stone. So I reckon that in the not too distant future we'll have a challenge here.
Now, where did John Bolton go? Is he still not pitted? No, he still hasn't pitted.
No, he still hasn't pitted, so I reckon he must have got away with it for some unknown reason.
I don't know. Oh, it must have been close, but it looked like he was still doing about 100 k's an hour when he went over that line. But he may not have got a penalty, so all good to him. So he's currently in third place.
John Bolton comes over the edge of the bucket, down into the last corner.
Brett Stone is catching John Bolton at the moment. Just ever so slightly getting closer to him. No, it's sort of fluctuating.
As you see the picture there, Paul Rhodes has just come into the background there as John Bolton left the front straight there, so it's about equal there. Oh, look at the front wheel lift on that.
Oh, no.
And that's a little bit too much there. He had to back out there, so Brett Stone will say, hey,
thank you very much.
Take those couple of seconds. Not
no, he won't. Brett Stone has... No,
we might have...
It looked like it went all off track, but it wasn't.
I think we had a bit of warping then, by the look of it.
So Brett Stone is just consistently driving at the moment. He's not in his peak form, but he's still driving nice and consistent, which is what you want. Just watching Warren Pede here at the moment in 11th place. He's chasing down, I think it's Matt Cooper. Yep. In 10th, but not White Knuckle Racing.
Stuart Chug and Peter Unick having a great battle again.
Oh yeah, this is close.
Oh, Peter Unick having a look on the inside as they come to the last turn. No, decides
against it.
Decides against that. These guys are having a great old battle. That would have been a really enjoyable run for them. One of the Jack Daniels cars peeling off. Oh, and one... Oh.
No, don't look at that. We've got a bit of warping issues here at the moment. So.
We do. So we're back on track again. Still these two guys here, Peter Unick and Stuart Chug. Oh, Peter runs a little bit wide.
Yeah, he just sort of doesn't get the grip he needed to in that corner.
Just Peter Unick closing in the basin there just ever so slightly. Looks like Stuart Chug gets a little bit better launch, but here comes Peter Unick again as he comes over the edge of the bucket.
It's pretty even between these two drivers. There's a couple of corners where one's better, and then the other couple of corners where
they said
the other driver's
better.
Little
bit of mistakes here and there, and it's unsettling them both about equally as much as each other.
I think Peter Junick's just slightly closing the gap every lap. Just slightly.
Looks like we've
just lost it again.
Warping again.
No, there we go. Back with it.
Back with it.
Just riding along with Warren Pede here. Still chasing down Matty Cooper.
Looks like Ian Head is retired as well.
Oh, has he?
Yep. Don't know what the situation there was, but he's left the field.
Brett Fisher's in pit lane.
He'll stay there too.
You're not going to come out and do a couple of laps?
No.
No? Okay. What a pity.
This is still probably the hottest battle on the track at the moment. Peter and Stuart Chug head to head. Oh, a bit of nudge there, and Peter just had to get out of the gas there.
Yeah, it gets all taily.
Couple of position swapping, Warren Pede and Matty Cooper. Warren Pede just going through on Matty Cooper, and Trevor Hodgson over Tony Ciccone. Tony's he'd been right down to the last place and slyly fought himself back up into a couple of positions here, 16th. So he's done well.
17th now.
He's dropping on the spot. Oh, Mel Lancaster's made 4 positions and Grant Morrison's made 4 positions.
Bit weird, isn't it?
That is very weird.
They must be very close altogether, those two groups there.
No, I don't think they are.
Or is it just confusing us?
It might be.
Yeah, I think it might
be playing funny buggers.
Stuart Chug's actually got a bit of a gap now on what do you call him? Peter
Junick. Oh, big lock up there in front.
Paul Rogers has consistently done that 3 laps in a row now. He's locking brakes left, right,
and he sort of seems to be okay. Yeah.
I think he's just braking really late, trying to make ground back on Brett Stone. He's still 6 seconds behind. It's a fair gap to make up in 20 laps.
Yeah, it's a fair bit, but anything can happen.
Well, I certainly can.
I'll tell you what, Brett Stone, we sort of were talking about him earlier, and he was sort of struggling there, but he sort of consolidated at this stage. I mean,
I think he's still not where he wanted to be, but he's consolidated his position. and he's sort of saying, well, this is pretty much where I'm going to be. There's realistically only one place he can now take.
Still about the same sort of gap there between those three drivers.
Yep.
John Bolton,
it's not really going
Paul,
anywhere.
what's his name?
John Bolton.
No, Paul Rogers.
Oh, that one.
So, the front of that car just lifting up.
I think that what might be one of the problems is rear end roll bar might be a bit soft.
Yeah,
it's just stopping him from getting that bite into the corner.
Just sliding the car in a little bit too much. I'm sure the mechanics will have a look at
that for race 2.
Exactly.
If there was one
for the next round.
Yeah. You'd hope it's sorted for the next round.
And for next year when he attacks Barbagallo. Sitting with Brett Stone at the front of his car at the moment.
Yep.
It looks like he's a little bit closer this time around, but possibly not.
The gap actually gets bigger by 0.3 this lap.
Was that a sector split though?
No,
or was a lap?
I remember the time from last lap, so it's gone out by 0.3 for that lap.
Look at the front wheels just lift.
Oh yeah.
I don't know whether you can see it from that view from the bonnet, but from the front of his car, as he comes over that section of the track, the car just lifts incredibly.
Oh, yeah. Certainly does. And Paul Rogers is continuing to slide the tyres through braking zones.
This might come and play a bit more further down the track as we get closer towards the end there. Yeah. Tyre wear and everything like that. Peter Junick.
Still watching Peter Junick and Stuart Choke. Their gaps, it's actually tightened up again.
Yep, it sort of wallowed out there for a bit.
Got out to about 1.5 seconds.
Well, Peter made a couple of bad mistakes there as he, I think he was coming, where was he? Oh, one of the S's, I think. Stuart Choke.
Look at that. Peter Junick's actually got a really nice run into those couple of corners there onto the main straight.
A little bit of a look on there.
Has a bit of a hit. Here I am. I'm going to have a bit of a look. Ooh, that's getting close now, isn't it?
And what he wants to do there is, I would stay in his mirrors like that for a lap or two, and just really sort of make.
You kind of want to change the lines a bit and make sure you are getting in his mirrors.
Yep.
Just to make it look like you're really trying to get a position off him.
That'll unsettle a driver. It'll make him think.
It'll make him look at his mirrors a lot more.
And all you have to do is miss a break point by just such a small amount. It's not funny.
Yep. And then you have to lock up and brake to get your car back online, and then just slows you up for the next straight.
Here they come out of the base and over the edge of the bucket.
Yep. We're calling this a bucket, folks.
Yeah, over the edge of the bucket. All little flash on the inside there for Peter.
Yep.
Saying, hey, I'm here.
I'm still here.
About 4 seconds between Brett Stone and Paul Rogers.
4? 6?
6? Oh, I must have just changed. Peter Junick still having this battle with Stuart Chug. Good lines there, like he's just... I don't think he's doing anything wrong.
No, it's just basically...
John Bolton Jr. has left.
Oh, no. Maybe he did get a penalty and then got black flag. No. I wonder what happened there. We weren't watching him at the time. We haven't really been watching him for all race.
Yeah, DNF. I don't know what's happened.
So that's a big pity there for John Bolton. He was currently in 3rd place.
Having a great run.
That would have been a nice podium result for him.
That is a big shame because he was having a great run, but talking about good runs.
Peter Junick gets all wide out there. Oh, sorry. A bit of a yawn. It's really early in the morning at the moment.
You gave that one to me. I had a bit of a yawn myself.
So we're continuing. Yeah, that's your headphones. don't hit it with your mic. It hurts.
Sorry, I saw that before.
Oh, okay, that's all right. Fine.
So Peter really has in the back of Stuart Chug now.
Yep.
He changed it. He's just like the last 5-6 laps.
It's been nose to tail. Yep.
We've got 14 laps to go, so really starting to get down to the nitty-gritties now here at Barbagallo.
Yep. Just on, still on Peter Junick, looking at the front of his car.
Right down to the braking area into the last turn. Nice through there. Both those drivers really doing
really
well
nice, yeah.
Yep.
You can't really put a foot wrong with him at the
I
moment.
must say, Stuart Chug has done brilliantly. He hasn't sort of unsettled at all. He's just driven.
Yeah, he hasn't got upset. He hasn't really looked like he's knowing that there's a driver behind him too much.
I reckon that's what. I mean, look, if I was Peter, I'd be loving this myself too, because the fact that you're driving with a competitor equally as good, and you sort of it's just the best part of.
And being able to run that close and not touch and not sort of have to, you know.
You might make a mistake, he might make a mistake. You play around with your advantages and disadvantages throughout the whole lap, and you sort of go, okay, made a bit of a mistake there, and get back on it. And this is what makes it.
But running that close for what I reckon it'll be 10 laps now.
Easy.
It's easy. It's really good to see.
Look at them, both of them not hitting that ribble strip too hard, so they're both running fairly similar lines there. Peter just got a nice little slip on that time around, but still not enough to do anything there.
He still hasn't really got that close to him yet. That's nice
close
and
there.
close.
He was close there. Peter, he's pretty consistent through there. You know, he takes that same line.
Yep.
Stuart seems to take a shallower line through there, and Peter
Just pushes
takes a
out
slightly
wide late into that corner. Yeah.
Yep.
So just watching the leader here, Jay Boving, just coming up to lap another couple of drivers. So Jay's actually got a 7.8 second lead now to Warwick Brown. So whether traffic or whatever's going on, Jay's got a nice lead to him. Would this be his first race win maybe for the year, Joe? I think it would be, wouldn't it?
Oh, it could be. It could be. Doing well. Anyway, the Velocity Images guys having a great run here today. Obviously, a very good concerted team effort here.
But if you have a look at it, it's the two Crusty Demon racing cars and then the two JD BOC racing cars. So those two teams, really top drivers at the moment.
Obviously, just know what they're doing.
Lots of money for the teams.
Yep.
For one of the best drivers.
Matty Cooper or Mel Lancaster running a little bit wide there.
Yep, Mel Lancaster and Matty Cooper in the same screen.
Are both there together.
So now we really don't know which one's which. The shotgun and the only one tooth. You wouldn't really pick him for a redneck, would you?
Definitely not. Paul Rogers looks like he's just picked up a little bit then, but still pretty much 5 seconds.
Still
or
maintaining a gap. Yeah, it's
a gap there. Stuart Chug and Peter Junick are still going at it.
We're just watching Tony Ciccone here at the moment.
Poor bugger, he's had a bit of an ordinary run there tonight, Tony.
He's had a really good run and then a really poor run. Sort of can't really be not as consistent as he'd like. Barney Bedless in 11th place. He's got the track pretty much to himself here at the moment.
Not a bad finish. Well, not finished yet, but that's not a bad result so far for Barney.
It's a very good position so far for Barney. So I think it'd be his highest for the year so far.
So all the guys seeming to just sort of spread themselves out and just do their business at the moment. 10 laps to go here at Barbagallo.
Yep, we're within sight of the checkered flag now.
Certainly are. The stewards are unwrapping the plastic off the checkered flag.
Yep. Stuart Chug would be happy to see the checkered flag right about now.
I think both these guys would be. They've had a great battle.
Oh yeah, this would be the battle of the day.
It's coming up out of the
basin into the bucket,
over the edge of the bucket.
Oh, sorry, over the edge of the bucket.
That's
you don't
it.
go in the bucket.
Yep.
If you go into the bucket, you're stuffed.
Yeah, that's it.
I was going to mention, guys, who would be your driver of the day?
Me.
Apart, you're not
so
eligible.
self-centered, isn't he?
Just because I can say, mate.
Paul Rogers.
Paul Rogers.
Paul Rogers. Oh, look at that, in 4th place at the moment. Come from the back 20th. Of the field.
He was
That's
20th
huge.
place.
That is huge. That is a really great effort.
My driver of the day is Jay Boving.
Jay Boving?
Yep, Jay Boving.
Yeah?
Pole to currently first place, maybe a win.
Yep.
He's got a nice 9-second lead at the moment, so he's just been there or thereabouts the entire race, and it's just consolidated his position. So
out there doing the job.
Yep, out there doing the job.
Yep.
And he's still setting down times in the 55s as well.
Which is really good to see.
What about you, Pete? Seems you're...
Yeah, I'd have to go with you, Brett. I reckon Paul Rogers, that is a superb effort to come from 20th all the way up to be 4th at the moment.
And let's face it, I mean, there are a lot of guys out there who've had a great run.
A lot of the guys are fighting above their weight at the moment.
Oh, yeah.
Than what you would normally see. So it's actually a great track for that this round. So it's good to see.
Well, it's sort of a bit sparsed out at the moment above these two here. But I'll tell you what, the driving standard and the driving earlier on in the race was very, very hectic. The challenges going on left, right and centre were fantastic.
Oh, yeah, certainly. I don't think you'll see many penalties or anything handed out after the race.
It seems to be
very clean.
Fairly
fair and... Like, there's been a couple of taps, but they've been fair and they've been nice. And there's been a couple of readdresses when someone has tapped, so I don't think there'll be any recourses there.
Yep. Oh, Peter just he sort of looked like Peter gathered a bit up there on the basin there, but sort of lost it out on the edge out of the basin.
I think what Peter's finding is he's getting a run and getting nice and close under the back of Stuart Chugg. They're finding he's got no front grip because of the loss of air under the back of Stuart's rear bumper, so he's not having to get out of it, but he's been forced to get back further simply because he's got no front grip.
Yep, totally agree.
And I think what he needs to do is in this first section not be so close to him, and then around all these S's parts actually start to get closer by the basin.
Yeah, probably around about here. You want to
you want to be right there.
Yep, get a good shot out of there. See, because I think he gets a good shot out of the second turn back, and that last turn there before the basin. He has to back out of it a bit.
He's made a mistake, got right out wide.
This is what Peter's wanting.
Yep, he's worked him down and worn him down to this point.
Peter's got a good run on him.
But Stuart's got a nice run at the same time.
Oh, is he going to relinquish? No, he's not going to. He's going to say, I'm going to take this. Side by side, a little bit of rubbing there, but that's all right.
That's nothing major. That was a good position, yeah.
Look at the shadows on the ground. They're getting very long at the moment too. Yeah. So getting in the afternoon.
It's getting a bit dark. So Peter Junick is now in 6th place.
Great,
taking a good spot from Stuart Chugg, who just accidentally makes a mistake.
Yep.
Sorry, I'll read first. It's 5th place.
Now this would be interesting to see whether Peter can actually pull away from Stuart.
To see whether Stuart was actually not so much holding up, but once he got under the bumper of him, just couldn't get down that run.
It'd be great to see Stuart actually challenge Peter back again.
That or Peter Junick actually get to the back of Paul Rogers.
Has he got enough laps? I don't think so.
Sorry, it was another car I was looking at there in the back in the foreground. Paul Rogers is too far ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, he's like about 7-8 seconds.
Looking at Tony Ciccone there.
Ciccone, yeah.
It's confusing.
Stuart Chugg not quite lost the back of
no, he hasn't actually let...
And with these couple of lappers up ahead...
Yeah, anything can happen.
No. Tony's going to have to... He's going to make Peter just wait a little bit. That's going to allow Stuart to close up a bit.
Yeah, this is not going to play well for Peter Junick.
We're getting down to 5 laps. So definitely all the action here at the moment with Peter and Stuart.
Oh, Tony Ciccone's trying to get out of the way. Just can't get out of the way fast enough. There we go. He's let him through now.
They go through now.
But that has let Stuart Chugg to get to the back of Peter
Junick. Look at that. Come on. I'm going for Stuart. I want to see Stuart. Yeah, just have a bit of a challenge. Just have a bit of a challenge back. Yeah, for sure.
Try and readdress his mistake.
Keep it real.
Keeping it real, homie?
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Peace out, bro. And look, he's got it a little bit closer there, but he clipped the little strip, and that's washed a little bit of speed off the car on the front straight.
Oh, Ciccone gets all sorts of sideways. Now, for all you Western Australian viewers, if you don't know what peace out, homie means, because you are 30 years behind the rest of Australia.
I'm going to get a text from Gavin in a second.
I know. That's what everyone says, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
They are 30 years behind.
Well, Adelaide's 20.
Yeah. And they're not even that far away.
Okay, the gap is still not that much between the two.
So we are now on to the last 3 laps of the race with Jay Boving in the lead.
Stuart Chuck having a little bit of a lock-up coming into the base, and that's going to hurt him a little bit on the exit. So the gap here is just opening up a little bit, so the challenge might be over for Stuart.
Well, you never know. 3 laps can do a lot of things.
Oh, it certainly can. Looks like he got out of that turn better there now. Let's see where they start across the start-finishing line.
Yeah, the gap is coming down.
Yes.
This is another lap driver, Barney Bedelius, getting in the way.
And Barney's just trying to get out of the road there, but he's not going to be able to do so cutting through here.
This isn't a good section to catch lap drivers.
No, definitely not. And so this section here is where...
Oh, look at that.
I reckon Peter's
right on the
fairly quick through there. And
this is a lap driver.
Yep.
No offence to the lap driver there, he can't really get out of the way in that section, so it's not his fault.
He's got out of the way now. Oh, Stewart on the inside a little bit. Yeah. Probably a little bit of push there, but look, good exit. Let's see if we can get a bit of speed on him coming over the edge of the bucket. Oh,
here we go.
Look at that power.
This might actually turn into a position now.
Yes, it will. Look at the inside running. Can he? Oh no, he's backed out. He should have let that run, I would have thought.
Yeah, I would have thought that would have been a position there.
Yeah, maybe he was just a little bit less confident on his brakes than he was.
Yeah, you never know.
Really closed up the gap. So this challenge is definitely back on. We've only got a couple laps left to go at the moment. Just to give you while we're watching these two guys, Jay Boving, Warwick Brown, Brett Stone and Paul Rogers are in front of these guys. Peter Unick. Yep. Stuart Chugg, Grant Morrison, George Fuller, Warren Peed, Matty Cooper into the top 10. But Stuart Chugg just falling off the back a little bit there. He might have done his challenge. Only a couple of laps to go.
Here we are back with the leader. It's the last lap of the race. Peter Junick. It's Jay Boving, isn't it?
That's it.
We've only been watching Peter Junick for the last 20 laps. So
that's it. Those been most exciting speed. But
so Jay Boving just coming into the basin for the last time. He's going to win it by over 9 seconds.
Great run by the Team Velocity guys.
Yeah, it certainly is. And Jay's just backed right out. He doesn't really care anymore. I'm going to finish no matter what.
That's it.
Maybe they're going to do a forward 1-2 finish there.
Yeah, I don't think he's going that slow.
No.
Oh, Peter Junick balking a little bit.
Yeah, last couple laps of the race.
Stuart Chugg. Oh,
wouldn't it be funny if Warwick Brown actually did overtake him?
There is a 1-2 finish by the Team Velocity guys.
Perfect 1-2 finish there.
And look at Stuart Chugg having a challenge into the basin.
Yep.
The action is still live here as they come up out of the basin over the edge of the bucket. This is if Stuart's going to do it, this is where he's got to do it. I don't think he's close enough to make that challenge.
But it's the last lap. You can go for a dive.
Go for the dive. Go for the dive. Is he under? Is he under?
He has. No, he hasn't.
No, he's back out. But will he get the crossover? No, I don't think he's got enough there. But on Marty Atkins, he's there. But no, Peter's going to do it. Great close finish there for Peter Junick and Stuart Chugg. Absolutely fantastic.
So the end result is Jay Boving wins it here at Barbagallo Raceway with Warwick Brown in second place, his teammate for Crusty Racing. Third is Brett Stone for JDBOC Racing. Yep.
Good solid effort there by Brett Stone.
And fourth, what an amazing drive for Paul Rogers there for JDBOC Racing.
That is the most outstanding run that we have seen here
Certainly
for a very long time. Well done to Paul Rogers.
Yep.
Peter Junick.
Peter Junick and Stuart Chugg there, 5th and 6th.
Great little battle there towards the end there by those guys. Grant Morrison, George Fullerton 7th and 8th. Warren Peed in 9th. Matty Cooper, great finish for Matty Cooper in 10th
Certainly
place.
Is, yep.
Barney Bedelius in 11th place. Mel Lancaster in 12th place. Marty Atkins in 13th.
Yep. Mel Lancaster's still actually racing with no front bumper.
He is too.
You don't need a front bumper. What do you want that for? Maybe you thought it was getting too hot for the car. No, they're actually all finished.
They've all finished by the look of it. Mel Lancaster in 12th place. Marty Atkins in 13th place. Simon Black. Marty Atkins and Simon Black. There's a fairly low finish for those guys, but you get that, don't you, sometimes. 14th place for Simon Black. Trevor Hodgson in 15th place. Tony Ciccone really battled tonight, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And then the first of the DNFs, John Bolton Jr., who was having a great run and unfortunately in third place.
Yep.
Lost out there. Ian Head in 18th place to Ross McGregor. He was having a good run too, but he had a bit of an ordinary something going on there and finished in 19th place. Travis Fox, now he battled big time with a number of spins there throughout the race there. Andy Savage, didn't really see Andy Savage
Didn't really
much.
see too much of him.
And also Darren Brown for RRE Racing. It was a pretty good race there tonight, Pete. A lot of action early. It settled down a little bit in the middle there, but all in all, it was a great race, and I think we're going to have some great footage for people to grab and have a look at.
Certainly will. Fantastic race to watch and to produce as well.
Yep.
No yellows, as we were mentioning in the break, which was fantastic stuff.
Yeah, it was good to see. The race went clean the entire way, and we had full flags on, so it was good.
Yeah, well, there was a couple of spins there, but nothing that sort of blocked the track.
No.
Travis Fox had a number of spins, but it was fairly clean to sort of get the guys that still could cruise past, and a few guys actually speed off into some of the infields. So,
yeah, one moment for me was the tap between John Bolton Jr. and Brett Stone into the first turn. And Brett Stone pulled up and let John Bolton Jr. pass. It was fantastic stuff.
Yeah, great sportsmanship there by Brett Stone. He knew he tapped the back of him and just said, "Well, sorry for that. Here's your position back."
And that's all exactly what the stewards look for, just to make sure that all the right things are done. Because if Brett Stone would have taken off on that one, he would have sort of got a bit of a penalty there from the stewards, but. No, that's what you need to do, especially when...
And the smart thing there for Brett Stone, instead of copping a penalty at the end of the race, he actually gave the position back, but ended up getting it back anyway due to John Bolton actually getting out of the race.
Exactly.
So he really got a free position and no penalty.
Exactly. So well done.
Which is a smart way for it.
Certainly is. Well done to Brett Stone as well. I mean, look, he, like we talked about earlier again, he really seemed to struggle with the track tonight. Very uncharacteristic for Brett Stone.
Yeah, his car just did not look settled the entire... Well, it was settled, I think maybe too settled.
Yep.
To a point where he had to steer it too far and try and get too much out of the car to go fast.
Yep. Yeah, but very uncharacteristic for Brett Stone. But as I was talking about earlier, Paul Rogers, what an effort there tonight by Paul.
Oh, certainly is.
Oh, they're sensational. We didn't sort of grab a lot of footage of Paul, but we flicked on him every now and again. But to sort of cruise through the field as he did, brilliant effort. Positions. I think if he had started a bit higher up in the field there, he definitely would have been challenging
one of the
Warwick
contenders,
and Jay for the top positions there. So. All right, well, thanks very much for listening and watching, and give us feedback. Let us know what you think, and we'll catch you next time on LRC TV. I'm Brett Fisher. There's Peter Lakovich and Alex Lamb sitting over there way, and good night for now.
LRC, a division of Austeam Racing, is proudly brought to you by Protector All Safe, Amnet, Hydrolink Fluid Connectors Western Australia, Fuchs Motor Lubricants, Applied Chemicals, Gigabyte's range of ultra-durable 2 motherboards, MM Electrical, and BOC Mining Supplies.